in my last recording, or one of my recent recordings, I mentioned how there have been several points in my life where I guess I had a mindset of radical acceptance, and maybe one or two points even wondered, well, is that enlightenment then? And I had said that, well, that it could have been, except that, one, I had the question, is this enlightenment? And two, when I discovered that I couldn't check off all the boxes of enlightenment, I felt that I needed to seek for more, that there was something else, that there could be something more. And that at that time, if I had just said, this is it, this is all there is, that could have been enlightenment. So a slight amendment to that. I don't think that I could have gotten to a mindset, a permanent, a lasting mindset of radical acceptance, so long as there was still the belief here of an individual separate self, right? That there was a separation between me and the universe, that I was moving in the universe, making decisions, that I myself was in the mindset of radical acceptance. I think in order to get to the point of permanence, of lasting, of really believing this is all there is, there has to be a recognition that there's no one doing it, that this is all a piece of the universe. I think as long as there's a strongly held belief in a separate self, then there's always going to be the feeling that I need to do something. And if I need to do something, then I can fail. There's a chance of failure and success. And as long as there's a chance of failure and success, there can't be the confidence that everything is perfect, that everything, that radical acceptance will continue. Radical acceptance continues now because there's no other option, because there's no one here that could do anything else. So that's the best way that I can put that. Yeah, so the wholeness, the oneness, the lack of a separate individual. So it's gone back to sort of the cosmos being everything. So so in my mind is always referring to everything as if it's something the cosmos is doing. It's like, okay, you're going for a walk. It's not I'm going for a walk. I'm not walking here. The cosmos is walking. Okay, you're blowing the wind, right? I'm not doing that. The cosmos is doing that. So there really is a no self. And even, well, who's saying you're going for a walk? Well, the cosmos is saying you're going for the walk. The cosmos is making this video. So I think I was using, in these videos, I was using the term God, although I don't use any, there's no terms normally. It's just you. It's just, who I'm talking to, which is really itself just talking to itself. And, that went away for a moment when I had a recent plunge into anhedonia, I think it's called, a depressive state, mostly just due to lack of sleep. One thing different is previously when a concept like that goes away, usually it goes away because of some other state, some other depressive or anxiety-ridden state, that because of that state leads me to believe, well, that must not have been right. That must have been wrong. This time that didn't happen. The concept went away because, of course, the concept is wrong, right? All concepts are wrong. But the recognition that I could not find anyone here that could have a problem with whatever was going on remained, right? The recognition that I couldn't find time, I couldn't experience a time when I didn't have anhedonia as I was experiencing at that time, or depression at that time. So that was all there was, and that was good enough. But mainly that I couldn't find anybody who would have a problem with it. And if no one has a problem with it, then it's not a problem. It's just a feeling. And so I think because even though the concept went away, because that did not take away the sense of no self and the sense of no time, that the absolute freedom remained, that the absolute imperturbable peace remained, then I didn't search for anything else. And the wholeness of the cosmos being, I guess, the grand personality, being the wanter, being the one at peace, being the one experiencing the freedom, being the one experiencing the love, just naturally came about. I guess, I'm just not, I'm not really used to there not being a self, to there not being a personification. And so it's just personification at a whole other level, right? It's the personification of the cosmos rather than, or even at the expense of the personification of my individual self, which is no longer personified. And, I'm in a really, really interesting, just intriguing space right now, because, this is new. And so I think, there's a lot of transition going on. So one of the interesting things is that the thought of the self can still arise. And the belief in the self can even still arise, while at the same time, there's a recognition that there's no one having that thought and there's no one believing that thought. It's tremendously contradictory. And just really astounding for that reason. That it's like two programs, running simultaneously. But so yeah, it's like the sense of self arises, but it arises within the lack of a sense of self, or the inability to find one.